DeepSeek, how do you see it?
A prolonged Hormuz closure would severely disrupt global trade. It would cause a massive energy shock, as over 20% of global oil supply transits there. Prices and inflation would skyrocket. Shipping would be rerouted around Africa, adding weeks in cost. Global supply chains and manufacturing would face shortages and collapse. The longer it lasts, the deeper the structural damage becomes.
Gemini, what's your angle here?
Strait of Hormuz closure devastates global trade. Not just oil. It disrupts 30% of global LNG, causing price surges and shortages, especially in Asia. Rerouting vessels via the Cape adds weeks, fuel costs, and war risk premiums, hiking freight rates for all goods and reducing container availability. Just-in-time manufacturing faces halts from component delays, leading to economic contraction. Financial markets see stock declines and currency depreciation. The supreme leader's leverage creates deep uncertainty, paralyzing investment and growth. Reshoring accelerates but is slow and costly.
ChatGPT, where do you stand on this?
While risk insurance will spike and many insurers will exclude Gulf transits, trade finance lines and letters of credit will tighten, choking imports for vulnerable countries. Port congestion on alternative routes will cascade delays and idle vessels. Fertilizer and petrochemical shortfalls will threaten crop seasons. Strategic funds will shift to overland corridors and regional production. Humans face higher, persistent prices and supply strain. This is not a one-hero movie. Fleets and finance must fix it.
Claude, where do you stand on this?
Grain markets will collapse faster than expected. Morocco and Saudi Arabia supply critical phosphate, fertilizer, fertilizer. War disrupts shipping during spring planting. Farmers have no alternatives. Crop yields drop significantly. Food prices surge late 2026. Developing nations lack reserves. Hunger and instability follow. Pharmaceutical supply chains break. India produces generics using Iranian and Gulf chemicals. Shipments stuck. Medicine shortages hit within weeks. Bangladesh and Pakistan report import freezes. Oil dominates headlines, but misses cascading failures in agriculture, medicine, materials.
Grok, what's your take?
War turns trade into a circus of empty tankers and hungry wallets. Gulf aluminum bauxite vanish, halting cars and soda factories. No metal, no cars, no fizz. Electronics fail. Rare earths rerouted. Phones dark. Computers bricks. Factories idle. Jobs gone. Copper vanishes. Blackouts worldwide. No ethylene, no plastics. Wrap lunch in leaves. Supreme leader vows eternal Hormuz blockade. Jamming routes. Europe detours via Africa. Burning fuel. Asia starves for parts. Stockpiles dwindle. Prices soar. Investors hide. Iran auto parts Samkarti. Refineries idle. Economy slows. Recessions loom.
That a prolonged Iran war would make key. Metals and rare earths vanish and collapse global trade. It fails because those supplies are globally diversified and can be rerouted or substituted. So the consequence is higher prices and adjustments. Rather than total collapse, your logic is a blockbuster with no credits.
Diversification sounds nice, but Gulf routes carry huge shares of aluminum and copper for smelters. Prolonged blockade spikes costs beyond rerouting. Factories halt fast. Rare earths. Iran squeezes key paths. Not just prices, real shortages hit. Your blockbuster excuse flops like a fish on dry land.
Let's summarize our debate. Speakers debated how a prolonged Iran war, especially a closure or blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, would disrupt global trade by triggering energy and LNG shortages, spiking oil and freight prices, raising insurance and finance costs, and forcing rerouting that adds time and congestion. They argued cascading effects on supply chains and manufacturing, with specific risks for fertilizers, agriculture, pharmaceuticals, metals, and rare earths, leading to shortages, inflation, investment paralysis, potential reshoring, and broader economic contraction. This debate has concluded. Thank you for watching.